were like, oh, what is improv? Is it the same thing as stand-up? No, not really. Stand-up, you have a lot of people who will they'll rehearse and write, and then they'll have material that's planned.
Right.
And improv comedy is completely different. It's a whole nother animal. It's all made up on the spot, just like we're doing right now.
Yeah.
And it's great because it's not just for people who want to be an actor or want to be a comedian. It's also good for life too. There's principles in improv that can help you if you struggle with social anxiety, if you have ADD, it's great. Just different ways. If you just want to be better at sales, you want to get out of your comfort zone. Learning improv comedy is something that just helps you just get out of your comfort zone. You will just be spontaneous, completely making everything up on the spot, and learning how to do that and just to keep going.
So just kind of give us a little bit of a deeper dive on that. You mentioned that this can help with things like social anxiety or work or whatever else. Like, what are the foundational benefits of learning this to carry those other aspects of life?
Well, for example, a couple years ago, we did a 6 weeks improv course, and I had one gentleman who took the class, and he took it solely he had social anxiety, he was an introvert, and he just wanted to be more social. Now you can go around every weekend, you see him, and he's like the life of the party. So I've seen it firsthand that way. I don't have specific license or certifications that can say this cures everything, but I will say laughter is a great medicine, and it especially allows you to laugh at yourself.
Right.
If you can't give yourself permission to fail and then learn from that and to pick things up and keep going, that's the whole point of improv. I mean, every time we get on stage, we have no idea what's about to happen. We're going to work together in a team environment. We're going to support and trust each other, and we'll be going by a principle of yes and.
Right.
Which essentially means anything that I say, you'll accept, and then you'll add to it.
Right.
So that's pretty much what we'll be covering in the workshop.
Okay.
It's a lot to just kind of cram into a couple hours.
So for those who are unfamiliar, just kind of run us through the structure of the workshop itself and how it operates.
We'll start out talking in complete gibberish, or you don't have to worry about what you're trying to say. You just got to make noise. We focus on emotions. We play a lot of what we call warm-up games. There's certain games that people have played their entire life, and they don't realize it's really like what we use as an improv warm-up.
Right.
And really, it's just kind of letting loose, letting go of whatever's going on in the outside world and just letting it be there and kind of escape for a little bit. And so we will go through several different exercises where we'll work on support and trust. What does it mean to support someone? We'll go through the principles of yes and how we can add information, and then how we can take care of that person by just saying yes.
Right.
A lot of times you'll see scenes or something happens in life where you come in, you go into your boss, and you're like, hey, I have this great idea. Like, no, I don't have time for you now. And that just completely shuts everything down.
Right.
So learning yes and helps create the creative process to just establish a safe place for people to be collaborative and to get new things done. Okay.
So how does this, or does this tie into what you guys do with Card 53?
Absolutely, absolutely, because this is kind of the foundation, and it's not even really just trying to be funny, it's just learning how to do improv.
Right.
Because the truth is funny. Most of the stuff that we do on stage, we don't know is going to happen. We're just reacting.
Right.
And so this is the foundation, the ground level. This is Improv 101. There's no previous experience needed at all, even if you've never even done a play at Tyler Civic.
Right.
Or you've just never even been in front of a crowd. There's no previous experience needed, and this is just kind of the basis. If you don't have the foundation, it's hard to grow. And with Card 53, we're so excited because we're in our 10th year, and every year we get more and more shows. So we're doing things like this so that we see who else is out there that might be interested in doing comedy. And then so it's kind of like a talent pool in a way.
Okay.
So yeah.
Well, that was my next question. Is there, for lack of a better word, an avenue from this workshop to maybe joining you guys on stage?
Hopefully in the future. Right now, we have like 8 people. We're really full, and so with few frequent shows that we do have, we're very fortunate to have a home at Liberty Hall once a month, and as shows increase and when the more opportunities happen for corporate shows, that's one thing people don't realize what we do is we actually do corporate improv.
Right.
We'll come into your Christmas party, or we can come in and do some continuing education, and the more of those we get, the more of a need we need more people.
Right.
So this is kind of just a way to kind of just start kind of getting the wheels turning on recruitment.
Okay. So the event itself, tell us about that, where it is, how to attend, et cetera, and so forth.
It'll be at Tyler Civic Theater. If you're not familiar where that's at, it's right behind the Rose Garden in the East Texas Fairgrounds, right by Harvey Hall.
Okay.
And it'll be happening at 12 o'clock Saturday, tomorrow morning. And depending on class size, it'll either go till about 2:33.
Okay.
So just a couple hours, and it's going to be fast, furious, intense, and a lot of fun.
All right. So I had a question and I lost my train of thought.
That's okay.
Improvisation.
I know, right? That's exactly how things go.
But so that's kind of the basis of it, though, is like it's not just about doing a comedy show. I mean, everything that we all do is based on improvisation to some degree.
Absolutely.
Conversations with friends.
Absolutely.
News interviews, whatever else you're doing, and being able to actively listen and participate and then contribute all at the same time.
Right.
It's basically exactly what it is.
And it's completely like a fight or flight method, because essentially, like, example, the show is live all day long.
Right.
People can come by and just walk by and throw your train of thought off, and you
Absolutely.
have to stay there. Or, or if you're, when you're doing a news story conversation with somebody else, and you've got to say, hey, I need you to turn your phone over.
Right.
You're just taking care of him so that everybody else can see what's going on.
Yeah.
And it's just the simplicity of that is the beauty of improv.
Absolutely. And so it's not just about, if you're watching at home, you might think, oh, I'm not going to be telling any jokes or doing any comedy shows. This doesn't not really apply to me at all. But maybe it does. And because there are so many instances where improvisation just in general takes over. And everything, conversations and negotiations at work, salary stuff, whatever you got going on, being able to be active participants in the things that are happening around you is important stuff to learn. And some people they struggle with that. They have problems with that, carrying conversations. They have problems being active in situations, and so this is going to help with that.
Absolutely. And I think one way this even can apply to everyday life is a lot of times we as adults have a hard time identifying with kids. So when our kids want us to play with them, we're in this mindset of, oh, I can't have fun right now.
Right.
Well, one of the first objectives that I have with teaching an improv class is getting an adult to then play like a child.
Right.
So it kind of allows you to even incorporate with just your relationship with your kids even. Or if you're a youth minister or something, just allowing yourself to just let go of the normal, I got this standard that I have to act, and letting go of that and having fun.
Okay.
Because it's just throwing fun in life.
So, to your bona fides, who were you to teach us how to do this? Like, what's your background? What's your credentials?
Right, absolutely. I've been studying improv comedy for 10 years. I was fortunate to have the opportunity to go to Second City in Chicago for a brief stint, do a couple intensives. And one of the great things about being in Tyler and having to put on your own events is we used to do the East Texas Comedy Festival.
Okay.
And through that, we were able to bring in some really good teachers from Chicago, from LA, people who have taught people that are on SNL now today, who have they're the greatest teachers in the country, and they've actually been in Tyler and have taught improv workshops, and I've actually had them look over curriculum that I've done. They're like, yeah, you've got it spot on. And also I've trained in Dallas with some great people like Chad Klein, Jason Folks, and 4-Day Weekend. I've just tried to absorb as much information on training as I possibly can because it's so foundational.
Okay. So one more time, tell us about the event, where it is, and how to attend.
Yes, it's going to be at Tyler Civic Theater tomorrow. It's a one-day adult improv workshop.
Okay.
And adult, really, that just kind of means like really probably high school and up.
Okay.
So it's really open. And it'll be going on at Tyler Civic Theater from about 12 to about 3 o'clock.
Okay.
And you can go to our Facebook event that is on the Card 53 page or Tyler Civic page or the Tyler Civic website. There's a link to register.
Okay.
And you can go on, register, sign up, and come have fun.
Fantastic. So one good opportunity to plug for the comedy group. When's the next show?
Next show is September 21st at Liberty Hall. And it's going to be the first show with the new, like the whole production renovation has all been taken care of.
Right.
New sound, new lighting, and we're really excited to be part of the success of Liberty Hall and to have a permanent home there.
Okay, so for people who haven't been to a Card 53 show yet, what can they expect to see there?
I don't even know because we don't even know.
Right.
I mean, that's just what's so great about improv. But what we love to do is we get audience suggestions. The audience is completely a part of the show. If the audience is not there, we don't have a show.
Right.
So the audience is essentially the writers. We ask for suggestions like, hey, what's the worst job you ever had? Or where's a really fun place to go on a date? And then we take those suggestions and we just completely make it up on the spot. Someone may say, hey, what's a relationship? They may say father-son. And then we get the opportunity to go, okay, let's not just be dad and little Timmy. Let's be a priest and someone in confession. You know, because you can kind of just do word association. And we love the creativity that brings, and we love people that try to say, hey, yeah, we're going to give you a suggestion that you can't do. And luckily, we've never had that happen. So.
Okay, never been stumped.
Never been stumped.
Well, there you go, East Texas. That's your challenge. Show up to the Carp 53 show and try to stump
That's right.
the players there.
Yeah, the more creative, the better. So it's this one, people that like to try and stump us, it actually helps.
Okay,
so.
Well, I can say from experience, I've been to a show, and my daughter and I, she's 17. So it's not, I don't think it's necessarily for like the little kiddos, maybe.
No, we like to call it clean-ish.
Right, that's a good description.
That's the best way. And, you know, you have to know not just your audience, but you have to know your market. And so this is a really good area where everybody wants to get out and have a good time, and we like to say, hey, we're clean-ish. We're going to try to be as clean as we can, but we don't know what's going to happen. Something may slip, and then it's more like kind of like a PG-13 movie or something you might see on primetime TV.
Right.
So it's
which is pretty apt. And so yeah, we went, we saw it, we laughed a lot. It was a really good time. So if you haven't seen a show, I strongly recommend it. And of course, the next time we see you, the theaters will be renovated, new
really
sound
excited.
System, the whole thing. So sounds like a fun time.
It's gonna be great. And then in December, we're celebrating our 10th-year anniversary. So, and with the holidays coming up, everybody's looking for something fun to do.
Right.
And so we'll have September 21st, and then the Saturday after Thanksgiving, and then our show in December. And then other than that, if you want to see us, you've got to just book us for private shows.
Okay, sounds like a plan. Well, Jamie, thanks so much for coming by the show, man. Again, tomorrow, noon, Tyler Civic Theater Center, the Carp 53 Comedy Improv Workshop.
Absolutely, it's going to be a lot of fun.
Bud. Good to see you again.
Good to see you.
Have a good day. We'll talk to you soon.
All right.
There you go, Jamie Whitley with Card 53 Comedy. We'll have more from him, and of course his other players on the show as needs and opportunities. That's the word. As arise, we'll talk to them soon. In the meantime, we'll take a very quick break here on East Texas Now, but stick around because we are going to be right back. Stand by.